points will be subjected back to zero. He will be scored by our judges in a clean slate. Okay. Which do you prefer? Giving opinion to something baseless and without foundation of facts, or gathering sample informations based on facts first before giving opinions? Or you just ignore and avoid giving opinion to something? Again, which do you prefer? Giving opinion to something baseless and without foundation of facts, or gathering sample informations based on facts first before giving opinions? Or just ignore and avoid giving opinions to something?
Okay, so the question was quite long. Please let me read it again. So the question that I picked is, which do I prefer? Giving opinion to something baseless and without foundation, which means it is useless and not useful, of facts, or gathering sample information based on facts first before giving opinions, or you just ignore and avoid giving opinion to something. Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, I would choose the third opinion, and that would be, I will just ignore and avoid giving opinion to something. Let us accept it that it is a fact that kahit gaano kakatama sa mundong ito, kahit nanggaling pa sa artikulo ang iyong opinyon, kahit nasa libro pa ang iyong kaalaman, meron at merong masasabi ang mga taong hindi naniniwala sa iyo. Dahil dito sa ating mundong ginagalawan, maraming nagmamagaling, maraming nagmamatalino, at kung ramdam nila na hinihigitan mo sila, sila ay nayayabangan sa iyo. Kaya kahit na gumagawa ka ng tama, at ang mga sinasabi mo ay pawang katotohanan lamang at katotohanan, na kailanman hindi magiging mali dahil ito ay nasa libro. Para sa kanila, mali ito. And that is what we call insecurity. When we say insecurity, that has something to do with the negative trait na kailanman wag natin i-apply sa sarili natin. Because when you are insecure, you are judging. You are not respecting people. Always put to your mind, Article 2, Section 11 from the Philippines Constitution states that the state's value and dignity of each human individual should be guaranteed to be respected. That's why I will choose to be quiet, dahil kahit gaano man ako kataas o kababa sa aking buhay o ang nilalaman ng aking bibig, my words of wisdom will always be negative to those people who are evil in their minds. Just like what Mother Teresa once said, if you judge people, you have no time to love them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Pauline Luna, here is your question, your final question for tonight. What is your stand about the lowering of the statutory age of consent here in the Philippines? What is your stand about the lowering of the statutory age of consent here in the Philippines?
Okay, the question was, what is my stand about lowering of the statutory age of consent here in the Philippines? Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we say statutory consent here in the Philippines, these are the criminals who are committing crime and they are not going to jail because of their underage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have rape victims, we have drug victims, and most especially those people who are innocent that are being killed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a lawyer nor a politician to make a law in this matter, but my opinion And we are all entitled with our own opinion, so please respect my opinion with this matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in the saying that mata sa mata, ngipin sa ngipin. Therefore, if you commit mistake, you should face the consequences that you have made. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of what gender, what age, or what position you have, you deserve a punishment in this country. And that is my very authentic answer. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you so much, Ms. What can you do as a common citizen to solve inflation rate here in our country? What can you do as a common citizen to solve inflation rate here in the Philippines?
Thank you so much. These questions have no sense for the reason of choreography or a memorized answer just to please everyone. It should be coming from the heart. It should be criticized by the Filipino people because this is irrelevant nowadays. As a Filipino citizen nowadays, inflation rate is a problem. Yes, it is. But therefore, how can we solve the problem? Simply, let me speak in vernacular language so that each and everyone here would understand the essence of what I am talking about. One more thing and one important thing is that pagtitipid. Yes. The reason is pagtitipid because we cannot blame this inflation rate right now. That is economically standard nowadays. Because as far as I know, eventually all price will be high and sometimes will be down. But what we can do as a Filipino citizen, tayo mismo, magtipid tayo ng nang-aayon sa ating kagustuhan. Because first and foremost, basically, kapag hindi mo kailangan ng bagay, huwag mong bilhin. Kagaya ng napakamahal na cellphone. If that is very irrelevant, then buy something new which is relevant. What it is? Rice, food, groceries, and etc. In that way, you can save money. Iba po ang luho sa tinatawag nating pangangailangan. That is the difference between what we want and what we need. And as a normal Filipino citizen, what could I say? Be conscious of what you are consuming. Because every single centavo that we spend is very relative in our everyday living. That is the essence of my answer. Thank you and good evening. Takalbong salamat.
All right. Recently, one of the high school students in Leyte allowed a trans woman student to wear a uniform for females and lies with the inclusivity program of the Department of Education. The question is, do you think this is a great move for the LGBTQI+ community? Again, recently, one of the high school in Leyte allowed a trans woman student to wear a uniform for females and lies with the inclusivity program of the Department of Education. The question is, do you think this is a great move for the LGBTQI+ community?
Thank you. Okay, let me just go to the question itself. Do you think this is a great move for the LGBTQIA+ community? Definitely yes. Why? It is simply because if we will start accepting the members of LGBTQIA+ community as who they are, then it's a great move here in our country. And as far as I know, ngayon, ang mga miyembro ng LGBTQIA+ community are allowed to go to school. If you are a trans woman, you can go to school na mahaba ang buhok mo. Unlike when I was studying, I have no choice. Kailangan kong gupitin ng aking buhok. But come to think of it, how will be a person be confident kung hindi naman siya ang tunay na siya? Paano matututo ang isang tao kung nahihiya siya na husgahan ng ibang tao? I believe that accepting us, the members of LGBTQIA+ community, is a big move here in our country. After all, it doesn't matter how we look. What matters is what we have inside our mind. We go to school to learn, not to be discriminated. We should always remember that there's only two things that we can do here in this world, and that is diversity and inclusivity. Diversity is accepting the fact that we are all individual, we are all different from one another. And inclusivity means that we are giving equal opportunity to each and every one of you, even those who are in marginalized community, just like the members of LGBTQIA+ community. After all, and in the long run, we should always remember that we must think of what we can offer to all of you. Being a member of LGBTQIA+ community is never a sin, and it will never be wrong. Because if that's what makes us happy, and if that's what makes us the best of who we are, then so be it. Thank you so much.
In the recent election, do you think freedom of expression is still relevant knowing people are so outrageous when it comes to supporting their chosen candidate? In the recent election, do you think freedom of expression is still relevant knowing people are so outrageous when it comes to supporting their chosen candidate?
Thank you. I will go straight and direct to the point. This is the crucial part of the competition wherein the beauty and brain of the candidate will be tested. Knowing the fact, nung dumating yung eleksyon, maraming mga negatibo na lumabas sa kanya-kanyang panig ng tao. May nagkagulo, may nagkasiraan, kahit nga ang kanilang pagkakaibigan ay nagkawatak-watak. Mga minamahal kong manonood, what we all we need is to respect the decision of each and everyone. After all, if we have respect, then definitely we achieve unity. Because for as long as you know how to uplift your moral concept through understanding in your own ability as a human creations of God, for as long as you know how to adhere, anticipate your value, showing to the people that you have the rights. So, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is impossible for you to become who you are and to be respected. Let us always inculcate in our mind, minsan lang tayo nabubuhay. Kung mamumutawi ang galit sa ating puso, kailanman hinding-hindi tayo magtatagumpay sa ating layunin. Ngayong natapos na ang eleksyon, mga minamahal kong manonood, nakita naman natin, nagsiselebrate tayo ngayon. Lahat tayo ay natutuwa at nagkakaroon ng kasiyahan. Isa lamang po ang pinapahawatig nito na dapat tayong mga Pilipino, we should work hand in hand, stop blaming each other so that we achieve the prosperity, unity towards to a beautiful country. Mabuhay Philippines!